Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am home. And home is a big topic in this energy today. So we still are working this tightening T-square. We have this moon in Capricorn, today squaring Jupiter in Libra, and then squaring Uranus in Aries. So even though this is going to be the end of the moon, the moon's going to shift into Aquarius later in the evening, this T-square energy is going to continue because here comes Mercury right behind the moon. Mercury doesn't move as fast, so the T-square may not feel as intense. However, communications, you're going to start to feel the antsiness of those communications. I'm going to come back to that ants thing. You're going to love that tie-in if you have a sense of humor like mine. Anyways, but in order, I feel like our through lines, like how we're going to make it through this energy is coming into home. Today we have the sun at 2 degrees. 2 degrees is a degree of finding comfort, finding nurturing. And so Aries, this new energy, Aries is a new energy. This new energy needs comforting. Aries is basically the baby of the zodiac, as it's like the baby that's just first come out because it's like that brand new energy. So it needs this nurturing. It needs to find that sense of self, the sense of home. And one of the things that I got is like, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And with this Mercury energy and with this square energy, we're looking for home in all the wrong places. Just like Abraham, you're looking for love in all the wrong places, we're looking for home in all the wrong places. For many of us, home is the building that we sit in. And that's true. That is home. And home is the people we surround ourselves with. And that's true. That can be home too. Home can be a place that we live in or a place that we wish that we would live in. Home can be, a friend or whatever. But that's all looking for home in all the wrong places. We're not getting into home, centered home, finding that resting place within us. For many of us, we're like, well, and I even say this, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So we're like, Earth, this isn't home. But again, that's like looking for home in all the wrong places. Earth is your home. It's in one sense. Earth is not your home in another sense. Home is within. So this is asking us to come into this within place, getting out of all these other ideas of what home is, and finding that place of centered home, love, support, grounded energy within us. That is going to support us. Now, what this is not this. It's not this thing of isolation. You don't have to isolate yourself to get home. And some of us avoid home because we feel like it's going to be this isolation thing. You don't have to be that. Home's just there. Home just is. But so often, we're all out here, and this is some of this Mercury stuff, some of this antsy mind, bringing on the burden. And bringing on the burden, like, how am I going to make this feel like home? How am I going to make this feel like home? If you feel like home here, home will be where your heart is. Home will be where your solar plexus is. Home will be where your energy is. So, this is what we're working on in order to, kind of ground ourselves into this. So, moon square Jupiter, moon in Capricorn. How are you showing up in this world? Do you have that proper home? 7 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, 20 car garage, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm not home until I have that. No. Jupiter is reminding us, also at a 2 degree energy, it's at 20, but self-love, coming back into the self. We don't have to look to these outside things to nurture us. We don't have to look to these outside things to boost our worth. Find that glow with the flow to get there. That moon square Uranus, 23 degrees, antsy mind, I keep mentioning. I can't wait to show my card. But that's going to be able to help break through some of these limitations. Oh, here it is. Some of those limitations in our mind when it comes to arriving home. So we're going to have that breakthrough energy. You're going to have to shift your thinking. Again, shift your thinking from the outside to the inside when it comes to home, when it comes to your I am, when it comes to knowing who you are and coming into your power. Because that's ultimately the essence of the story of, Oz, there's no place like home, reminding her the power was within her all along. Home was within her all along. And as soon as she switched that on, bam, there she was, back into herself, back into her original timeline. So we are going to have Mercury approaching this T-square into, the end of the week. And I have 2 animal cards that came out. Are you ready? Ready for all my antsy comments? Fire ants! And I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, this is how some of the communications out there may feel. Now, I want to remind you about communications for today through this square, and as things are ongoing through this week with this Mercury T-square. I always love the 3 gates. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? And I want to add 2 more to that. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary for you? Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary for somebody else? Because sometimes, yes, it's kind, it's true, it's necessary, and you need to say it for yourself, but it's not necessarily something other person needs to hear. This may be something that you may need to write down. So this is one of the ways of coming back into your power, coming back into home, that some of these things, yes, need to be said. Some of these things need to be said to yourself. So really sorting through the difference. So fire ants, aggression, rigid thinking, following orders, because we follow orders to find home, and yet then find ourselves not being true to ourselves, not in that soul rebel. Hearing Bob Marley, I'm a soul rebel in my head, not in that soul rebel, so authentic, soul fire path. So fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping, blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? It's going to be key. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or a situation, making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. The heat's getting to all of us. We all feel this energy. So find home. Home will help. So when imbalanced, you're thoughtful and disciplined. Out of balance argues, excessive heat, gossips. Bring into balance. Solo time. Solo time. Solo time. It doesn't have to be lonely. Solo time. Taking a walk at night. So there's that. But I also pulled, this came out as well, turtle. Which is funny because I have the slowing down card. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. How perfect is this? So calling on turtle to get out of that fire ant energy. Let's see if it says anything in here. This helps to ground you, connect to deeper truths in life. No matter where the travels lead them, they are always home. Let's see. The most potent turtle energy can help us close all other books and begin to tell our own true tale. And that's what we want to do. Looking for home in all the wrong places, come back in here. Come back into home within. And that'll help amp up your power and help support you as we all move through these energies over the next couple days. Turtle power! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm 5 years old. So, I will see you tomorrow. Book a reading if you'd like to dive in deeper into your chart. Don't get all fire antsy on yourself. Find home within. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.